Barkha, an ambitious, hardworking, and academically gifted 7-year-old, wishes to be an officer when she grows up. But she didn't anticipate that, like the girls in her neighborhood, she would also have to drop out of school when she starts menstruating. However, this isn't just the story of Barkha, but the story of many other girls who have to quit school because of something that they cannot control. Indian women have been subjected to harsh taboos regarding menstruation for centuries. It is also a common misbelief that the urban poor are above the system and follow safe and hygienic menstrual practices. A piece of cloth, newspapers, and ashes are some of the methods women have been using since time indefinite due to lack of access to safe menstrual practices and proscription around them.
लगे थे 12 साल की उम्र से 12 साल की उम्र से पीरियड से होने लगी थी तो 12 साल से हम कपड़ा ही लगाते हैं.
Sanitary napkins were invented in 1888 in France. It took India a long time to realize the needs of women. Still, we have 23 million girls dropping out of school every year due to lack of menstrual hygiene management in India.
महीना उठने लगे कोई नहीं बताया. मेरे मम्मी भी मर गई. मेरे छोटी बड़ी बहन थे वो नहीं बताई. जो चाची उची बताई कपड़ा ले ले हम शुरू.
Why is menstrual hygiene a taboo in India? Why is a woman on her cycle considered impure? Why do menstruating girls have to choose between health and education? Women have been exposed to financial problems, stigmas, and stereotypes related to menstruation. Availability of sanitary napkins and clean and usable toilets still remain a dream for many. These problems are some of the leading causes of the deep-rooted system of gender inequalities. These beliefs are ingrained so deep within the subconscious of the masses and often cause women to accept themselves as impure and harbor resent for wanting better. This uproots the prestige that women hold in society. In order to tackle these issues and overcome the stigma that revolves around menstruation, we launched Project Arogya. Arogya envisions to change the lives of women and empower them. Through Arogya, we have provided women with safe and sustainable menstrual practices and an opportunity to live as equal members in society. After gathering data, we devised a threefold business plan. The delivery model entails sessions on menstrual hygiene management, nominating beneficiaries from the community, distributing and selling eco-friendly sanitary napkins, and finally, setting up vending machines in the community. This model generated 18 women entrepreneurs, with each beneficiary earning an extra income of Rs 2,500 per month for their families. This year, we intend to conclude Arogya by handing over full control to the beneficiaries and eliminating ourselves. After setting up vending machines, we observed that a large number of women switched to sanitary napkins and the accessibility improved. Since its inception, Arogya has impacted the lives of over 2,000 people. 2,000 people who are now empowered with knowledge. We have changed the lives of 400 families in 12 communities by enabling 18 women entrepreneurs.
मेरा नाम कविता भाटिया और हम इससे आरोग्य से हम 1.5 साल से जुड़े हैं. और पहले तो जैसे कि पहले भी लोग इन सब चीज़ों को यूज़ करते थे, लेकिन जब से इस पैड को यूज़ किया है तो कुछ फ़र्क पड़ा है. कपड़े से बेटर है ये.
नाम कुंती है. मैं अभी आरोग्य संस्था से जुड़ी हूँ. मेरे को ये काम अच्छा लगा है. काम इसलिए अच्छा लगा है क्योंकि मेरे को लड़कियों औरतों की ये जो दिक्कतें हैं उनकी परेशानी दूर करने में आरोग्य संस्था बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही है, इसलिए ये मेरे को काम अच्छा लग रहा है।
Our collaborations with emerging entrepreneurial ventures like Laika, AZA, and other governmental and non-governmental organizations helped Arogya reach its zenith. To Barkha and to every girl out there.
In a distant corner of the world, there is a man, a victim of unprovoked fire. His chest aches with the loss of sense of belonging. Farmers, the backbone of our nation, often find themselves struggling from extreme poverty and crop failure. Erratic climatic condition and land fragmentation further contribute to this vicious cycle. In the recent years, this has elevated to a point of helplessness and therefore an increase in farmer suicide levels. To preserve India's culture and sustain the productive employability of the producer of the country, we launched Project Aranyani. Aranyani uses hydroponics, a unique method of farming to grow crops without soil in a nutrient-rich water solution, whose composition can be varied accordingly. With hydroponics, crop grow twice as fast as compared to traditional farming. They use 90% less water and a quarter of the space, which tackles the issues of land fragmentation and unavailability of water. The benefits assist us in achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals through our operations. After rigorous market research, we manifested 3 categories of target audience for Aranyani. Our primary beneficiaries crafted the setups which are sold to the secondary ones, who use this to grow the produce. We also encourage local vendors to flourish their own crops. The customers enjoy a wide variety of organic, pesticide-free and rich nutrient products. We developed a 3-fold business plan, keeping all our beneficiaries and resources in mind. The delivery model entails targeting suitable communities where there are more number of small-scale farmers, introducing them to hydroponics. Then we find suitable beneficiaries and provide them with setups. They are trained to grow suitable crops and eventually link to the vendors in the market. We have generated 3 entrepreneurs till now. Once the break-even period is over, we get away from the cycle, making the beneficiary independent. Our potential market has a dual core. First, for the farmers who can use it as a supplementary source of income, and second, for the gardening enthusiasts and the urban class. The production cost is kept minimum to ensure maximum accessibility. We keep our presence as limited as possible in the entire process to ascertain that the lion's share goes to the beneficiaries. As the financially weak are impacted the most by this recession, we plan to take this as an opportunity to help stabilize their flow of income. We would be selling the dismantled setups to the urban class through our beneficiaries to help them indulge in DIY home setups. Also, we would contribute towards the upliftment of migrant laborers by involving them as our beneficiaries. Our main motive lies in empowerment. Through Aranyani, we wish that such victims of unprovoked fire will rise like a phoenix from its ashes.